Hey guys, AwesomeSpecs21 here, your destination for speculation, and today I will be reviewing Super Ninja Steel, because if you guys remember the last time that, because out of every single episode of Super Ninja Steel, that truck is really loud, I'm sorry, every single episode of Super Ninja Steel so far, there was only one that I found decently interesting, and that's because it felt more like a Dino Thunder episode than a Ninja Steel episode. And that was the only one in this entire series that I found watchable. And there's a reason why. In Ninja Steel, at least you had one character arc. You had Brody looking for his dad and lost brother, but at the end, that character arc was resolved. So going into Super Ninja Steel, you had a blank slate with the same story over and over again, just a new villain taking over. But of course they didn't focus on that. They only focused on that in the first episode, and nothing new ever happened. Nothing. The stories didn't hold my attention at all, and they had nothing to do with them being Rangers. If you've ever seen any episode of Power Rangers at all, you would know that focus episodes where they take one character, give them a problem, and basically figure out how to solve it by themselves, that's Power Rangers' form of character development, or at least it is in the Nickelodeon era. And it's not uncommon to see these type of episodes because you cannot name one season without those kinds of episodes. And I'm okay with some of those episodes as long as you sprinkle in some of the plot over some of the episodes to kind of push the episodes toward the end. That is what a filler is supposed to do. Like Ninjago does. Even in season 2, when they had the first 3 episodes that were filler, they did something with 1 or 2 of their characters to push the plot forward to make it work. And it did work. But what doesn't work with this is that it's static. It stays the same all throughout the thing. All throughout, and nothing ever happens. And this static shock that we're stuck in is just a loop of one character doing this, and then another character doing this, and learning that lesson, and learning this lesson. Yes, these are appropriate lessons to learn, but could you at least tie into the part of them being Rangers? Because that has nothing to do with the plot whatsoever, and it doesn't make any sense. Them being Rangers do not benefit to whatever the heck passes for a plot here, because there's just no story whatsoever. The story is they're trying to beat the monster, but then why are we seeing footage of their daily lives every day? That makes no sense to me, because think about it. I mean, even in Dino Charge, that was an okay series, because you gave the characters a little bit of story arc, and the life lessons that they're learning related to something that they did to beat the monster and contributed to that life lesson. Super Ninja Steel? Nothing. I was literally staring. I felt like I was just watching nothing. There is absolutely no reason to turn on my TV at 12 o'clock anymore, which is something that I've done since Samurai came out. I've seen every episode live, but now I just don't want to watch it anymore, and that's probably why my Power Rangers content is getting less and less because Super Ninja Steel is just, it's not there, it's not interesting. And I really hope that Hasbro takes Beast Morphers in a different direction. Like, still, Power Rangers should be kid-friendly, I agree with that, because kids are into it. But you should also make it something that a family can enjoy together and take away from. There's just nothing to take away from it. Sure, you can have good characters, but the thing is, other than Brody, nobody has a continuing story arc, and if they do, they end by the end of the episode, and then they're right back to the way they were before. Like, Power Rangers is about changing yourself every single episode, and Super Ninja Steel just doesn't bring that. Like, I'm bored every time I see an episode. Like, I find myself checking Twitter or something and then miss what's going on the screen only to find out that nothing happened anyway. I'm just getting bored with it, and it's just not interesting anymore. It's like, it's lame. Like, I don't like it. A 4-year-old might like it. I'm not sure why, but there's just nothing to take away from. Like, I would rank Ninja Steel, or Super Ninja Steel and Super Mega Force in the same category because, like, they both suck, okay? I just cannot get into Super Ninja Steel. I can't do it. It's literally impossible. I don't know if I'm just growing out of this stuff, which I know that's not the case because, like, I still like Power Rangers. I still like the older form of Power Rangers, such as Dino Thunder and Jungle Fury, back when the stories were actually interesting and easier to follow. Here I can't do anything because there's nothing to be done. There's nothing to take away from. There's no theories to conjure up in my head about what's going to happen. I don't really care what happens next. Like, sure, there's a different plot with every character in each episode. That's normal for Power Rangers to have filler episodes. And I'm okay with fillers as long as the stories hold my attention. But I really don't care if you got a bad grade on a test and then you go fight a monster and you suddenly realize what you have to do that had nothing to do with the monster. I really don't care. Like, I don't. I mean, even Calvin and Haley's relationship gets boring after a while. Don't get me wrong, they're a good couple, but it's the same thing. Add a little bit of drama. Because, like, I just want interesting things to happen, but they never do. Because it's not interesting. It's just, nothing is there. You can't take away. I've said this like 10 times already, but I will watch a lame show as long as I am entertained by the show. The only new character arc that I really saw that actually sticked with the show was Madame Odious taking over the whatever ship that's called. I don't know if they ever even give it a name. The Villain Hub World, whatever that's called. I forget the name of it because I haven't been watching the episodes because they just really got lame, and I actually watched one of them, and it was Valentine's Day. Your Valentine's Day episode is in October? Okay. Like, what's next? Your Christmas episode in the middle of July? Alright, so this is the part of the video where I start ranting really bad, so just a quick rant warning. Okay, so here I go. I have seen more interesting episodes in freaking SpongeBob SquarePants than I have seen in Super Ninja Steel. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a band kid. But the thing with SpongeBob is it's supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be characters with a theme that just give you fillers all the time. But at least they're interesting. Some of the newer ones are not, but some of the older ones, yeah. My boyfriend and I sit down and watch SpongeBob sometimes. Like, those are interesting cartoons. Or The Fairly Odd Parents, where it's repetitive, but still cool things happen. Super Ninja Steel is not something that works that way, and I don't know why the writers think that it does. Power Rangers is supposed to be diverse, and it's supposed to have a story, and that is something that Super Ninja Steel lacks. And you can have a theme, but you can't have just a theme. You need a story too. And that is what bothers me about this, is that I can't find what the story is. Yes, you have a theme. Your theme is Galaxy Warriors and all that jazz, where a monster shows up and tries to prove their dominance, but ends up failing every single time because it's a kid's show and the good guys have to win. How about we let the bad guys win for once? There's a twist. If Power Rangers already wasn't set up, this would be pretty good. This would be a decent show. Because fillers are what it's supposed to be. But even shows as little as Skylanders Academy and Troll Hunters, those actually play into each other and actually have an overlapping story arc, which is something that Super Ninja Steel doesn't have with any character or any other thing or any other story type. There is not a single character that I find outstanding. There's a few that I find decent, but I can't. But without a backstory, your characters are just characters. They're static characters. They don't change. I'm looking for dynamic characters, and I just don't see it in the show. I'm sorry, but Super Ninja Steel, it did not cut it for me. And if Beast Morphers isn't any better, then there's really no need to waste my time on Power Rangers. So we will see how Beast Morphers plays out, and hopefully Hasbro takes it in a different direction. Because if they don't, I am not giving up on Power Rangers forever, but I will stop watching the newer episodes. Because it's just gotten that bad. Like, it's just... like, Super Ninja Steel is just... it's dumb, it's stupid, it doesn't have any kind of plot point whatsoever. It's all fillers, but the thing is, you can't have fillers if there's nothing to fill up. So I'm just saying the finale better be good. So, okay, rant's over. I'm sorry, I got a little angry at the end there. So, yeah. So, Beast Morphers better be good. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. Awesome Specs 21 signing off. Peace out.